This is From Ring to Veil, a wedding planning podcast, the PNW's complete wedding resource, with your host, Kim Mills and Shannon Palmer. This is episode number 30, Themes and Wedding Style Types.
Today we are talking about themes and styles for your wedding. A style is a design with a distinct appearance.
A theme is a dominant idea or motif.
We are here to clear up the confusion and lay down some ideas when it comes to your wedding theme and style.
I think many people, including myself, have been confused when it comes to style or theme. So people say, what's your style?
Yeah.
Or what's your theme? And you just really don't know what to say.
Right.
So hopefully we'll clear up some stuff for you.
A theme, as we said, is an idea. We have some ideas for you. Some that we've come across, some that we really like.
Mm-hmm.
So
some that we've seen online and thought, wow, that would be a fun wedding to do.
Yeah.
So when you're thinking theme, what we think you should do is go with something that connects you as a couple. There's something that as a couple you share in common.
Right. Like if you're sci-fi geeks or you game a lot, things like that. Also, it can be some kind of cultural difference or cultural thing to bring you together. Like if you're a Hispanic couple and you celebrate like Dia de los Muertos, the day after Halloween, that would be, a kind of a cool thing to do, especially if you're getting married around that time.
Exactly. And they have some really cute stuff for that. I looked on Etsy, just like, what kind of things can you get? And they have the sugar skulls is their main thing that says that.
Right.
And they make all kinds of stuff, even like cake cutters with that on it. So you can totally do a theme of that.
If you're avid Doctor Who fans, you can run that blue TARDIS theme throughout your wedding.
Right.
I've seen some. I have one on our Willow and Vine blog that, it runs through what you could do for a Doctor Who wedding. And they went all out where they had a Dalek, that was like standing up there witnessing, their wedding and stuff like that. So it was really kind of cool. And, the common thing with that is, of course, the blue TARDIS.
Right.
So... And then you can carry that blue through the centerpieces, through your dresses, things like that. So, I mean, it's really cool.
Things can be really fun. Another one would be like if there's a special type of music that you guys both, love, rock, country music,
right?
Whatever it is, use that as your theme.
Goth. I've always wanted to do a goth wedding where it's all like black and blood red and things like that. I haven't had a chance to do one yet, and I really want to do one. So that one would be really cool.
Western theme. I was saying cowboy, but Shannon said let's call it Western. but you could use cowboy boots,
right,
as your centerpieces, and there's just endless possibilities when it comes to a theme.
Right. So we're just going to list some themes that you can, kind of pick and choose which one would fit your personalities and your fiance's or bride's personality. Of course, we said Dia de los Muertos. Book themes. Book themes are really popular right now. Kim and I love books.
Yes.
If we get married again, I think we would both have a book theme.
Yeah. So, my husband might not like that too much.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So maybe for our 50th birthdays or something, we'll have book themes. That'll be fun. Movies, any type of movies. What sticks out in my mind that I've seen is like the Lord of the Rings or Hunger Games.
Yeah, the Hunger Games, though.
It's kind of funny for a wedding, But if you base it off the Hunger Games wedding, it might be kind of fun.
Superheroes. There's been a lot of superhero themed weddings. One thing I thought was really cute on some of them, the grooms have the superhero t-shirts underneath their shirts, and they could open their shirts and have their superhero t-shirts on underneath them. Also, like you can do the boutonnieres and superhero themes and stuff like that. So.
Or cummerbunds and, bow ties, all kinds of cute stuff for that. School spirit, if you guys graduated the same school for college, then our university, that would be perfectly acceptable to do a theme on that.
Go Horns! Musicians.
Yeah, if you guys are musicians.
You have a, musical theme with staff paper and all kinds of
musical notes and all kinds of stuff.
Is this carnival or carnival?
Either. Carnival or carnival.
Okay.
I've seen I have carnival because I saw something that was like that. But if you want to do a carnival theme, that would be kind of fun too.
Yeah, with carnies.
Well, I was thinking popcorn and what is it? The sugar thing?
Yeah.
Cotton candy.
Cotton candy. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would be. And that's more, for me, a little bit more of a birthday party, but you could still do a wedding around it. It would absolutely be fun. And nowadays, they have the popcorn bars. Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness. So you've got this huge setup of all types of popcorns.
Cheddar popcorn.
And then the caramel popcorn.
I just like cheddar popcorn.
All kinds. That would be fun. We're just planning weddings here. A picnic theme.
I would love to do also a picnic theme wedding. I want all the gingham check, and you set picnic blankets out on the ground, and you put your food and your all kinds of have your reception picnic theme.
Or you could do it on tables with picnic, style.
Yeah, I guess.
If your guests don't want to sit in the ground, but you could still do the gingham.
Mm-hmm. The gingham check,
and stuff. That would be so cute.
Yeah. Toys. If you're a fan of certain, like Legos or figurines, like this also goes with the superhero kind of thing too. You can use them in your wedding.
Absolutely. I've seen some awesome Lego ones.
Yeah.
I mean, ridiculous.
And that also goes with like video games, like Minecraft. I've seen a Minecraft wedding before. Which I think is totally ridiculous.
Well, it's because our kids play it.
Yeah.
So.
I just, it's weird to me that you would do Minecraft as a wedding theme. But I guess if you both play it and it's something that brought you together, then
yes.
I'm not a big gamer, so I think,
whatever. But anyway. They're probably rolling their eyes at book themes. So. Yeah. Whatever. All right, travel. If you guys like travel or you do travel a lot, maybe you have a lot of mementos that you can bring into your wedding theme. You can also use things like maps all over, like for book or table numbers. You can use it in your centerpieces, placemats, all kinds of stuff.
Right. Eco-friendly. This is a big trend recently, especially with us being up in the Northwest. A lot of people are very eco-friendly, and they want to portray that through their wedding, where they, everything's sustainable, everything's like farm to table. You have salmon safe flowers and things like that. So,
which we really never even heard of salmon safe.
Yes,
but I get up here, it's really a thing. Or the seasons. The season that you're getting married in could absolutely be a theme. Yes. So a fall wedding.
Right. You can use pumpkins and vegetables, like a harvest theme wedding. Winter, of course, you can use Christmas as your theme, or, snow.
Or just,
white.
Use the colors of the season. Oh, man, I love fall weddings.
Yes.
I can't. Looking at pictures, fall, just love it. Local is a theme of sorts. So everything that you use in your wedding will be a local.
Right. You can use local food trucks and.
Oh yeah, that's so fun.
Maybe have it in a park and have food trucks around and things like that. And so that would be really cool too.
And of course, most of your vendors are going to be local, but you could also extend that out to like your invitations and different things like that are local. So that would be fun too. Okay, now we have critters and bees.
Butterflies, bees, different insects.
Yes. They could be a theme, and you could do it very cutely and not overdo it. You could
not
overdo
creepy
it, but
crawly bugs.
Yeah, no.
Like pretty bugs, like bees.
Or, you could incorporate things like little porcupines or, stuff like that. Depending if you are a nature lover of critters, of course.
The beach, the next two are beach and Northwest theme, which Northwest theme up here is really popular. We use moss and the ferns a lot in our designs and things. a lot of our brides come in and say we want some local flair in it. The salal hair grows wild, ferns and things. Also, if you're outdoorsy or sporty, you kind of want, that outdoor kind of thing. So the beach, here we have beautiful beaches with, driftwood all on them and things like that. I think we have the most beautiful beaches up here. So.
I do too, but I know it's not a laying out in the sun kind of beach. No, it's not
the laying out. It's the one where you go to relax and to decompress. And that type of beach theme where you have, the driftwood on the tables and candles and sand and rocks, because our beaches are full of rocks and driftwood. So
that is such a peaceful, beautiful wedding style, I think. Yeah. And of course, then you can go with the sandy,
the kitschy beachy stuff with the shells and the
Hawaiian type feel. So. You can definitely.
These are just a few themes that you can, if you like, just remember, do something common between you and your fiance. Something that brought you together would be a great theme for you to explore. And it would be different. It would be cute. It won't be the same, just getting married under a floral arch, and things like that,
which are beautiful. Right. But if you're one of those kind of people that likes to bring yourself into your wedding, don't be afraid to do it.
Yeah.
Or to bring yourself into anything, really.
Right.
Don't be afraid to do that. It will just be very memorable for your guest. I mean, really.
And the pictures will last forever, and you can go back and say, "Oh, that was a great day."
It'll make those pictures pop.
Right.
So now we're going to move on to styles, and there are not nearly as many styles when it comes to weddings, but there are a few very widely known ones, and a few that you might not really understand is even a style. So we are going to start off with vintage. It's very popular.
Yes.
And basically what this means is it's representing the high quality of the past.
Right. The large, opulent floral designs. We have, the garden roses, the high-end roses, the high-end flowers, and things like that. Stemmed glassware, spring, most of it's usually pastels and colors. Right. Vintage Spring weddings colors usually aren't bright, bold colors. So. Silver urns are very good because the flowers just spill out of the urns and things like that. So that is our take on vintage.
And it's, it has a little bit of a garden element to it,
Lots of greenery.
And roses. Like vintage roses. Yes. That's just what comes to mind. And I think of like high collared dresses, and things like that. That's what makes
I think
vintage.
Empire waist and flowing skirts.
Yes.
Jane Austen. That's
vintage.
Right. So, and like I've said before, I don't know if I've said it on this podcast, but like when I watch Downton Abbey, the first things I look when they're having dinner or if they're having some kind of thing at the Abbey, I always look at the floral designs to see what's in them. And so it's usually always roses.
And always when I see in any show, what's their wedding look like now?
Right.
What's their theme and style? So the next style is modern. And this means it's a contemporary style. So there's no vintage to it whatsoever. Right. There's lots of squares, there's lines. It's clean and streamlined, usually only a couple colors.
Usually black is always a thing, always in there. White is always in there. And then maybe one other accent color, but it's not the prominent color in it.
It's not too bright and bold. It's just very clean and elegant and just square is what I think of when I think of modern. Very square.
Squares streamlined, clean lines, not necessarily squares. You wouldn't see a lot of round containers or urns or heavy, everything's usually glass. It's usually, really clean. And
and lots of candles, I think are more modern than all the roses.
Right.
But you can definitely work flowers into your
if it's modern. A modern rose design would be like a really close knit ball type of thing, or something in square containers where they're kind of flat and like all in there, not something with overflowing with greenery and things like that,
dripping.
Right. Rustic is very popular nowadays. This rustic, has one extreme to another. Mm-hmm. You can have like a rustic modern, a barn rustic, things like that. And you can bring any kind of elements kind of into a rustic theme.
Mm-hmm. From what I found online, rustic means countryside. Mm-hmm. So anything to do with countryside, that's rustic.
Right. Lots of wood patterns in there. Like a lot of them have the table rounds where, the centerpiece rounds, so that are the wood, the cut pieces of log, or you can even wood grain type things. Not necessarily, you don't have to have trees everywhere in your rustic wedding. You can have wood grains, like large farm tables and things.
Barn rustic, you would say, is more of the mason jars and burlap, which has been very, very, very popular.
And hopefully it's going out.
I have read where it's not as popular as it was. Right. It's starting to slide off, but we're going more of, like you said, the rustic modern, rustic cool is what they're calling it, where you've got more whites and kind of the shabby chic rustic looking things. There's the rustic country elegance. Now, this is something that Shannon and I know a little bit about because we work on that, but it's you've got that rustic feel, but we've brought it up a little bit to bring maybe a little bit of vintage sort of into it, kind of, or modern, something that's a little bit of a
you can twist
design,
right?
Yeah.
You can twist rustic around. You can have stark branches and things like that in your rustic, but then if you don't add any flowers with them and you stick them in a vase, they're kind of in a modern feel because they're clean. You can have vintage rustic, which you have a lot of flowers and greenery spilling out and things like that. So rustic can be from one extreme to another.
And I think it's fun. So yes, the barn rustic's kind of going out, but it's rustic's not leaving.
Right. A lot of the venues up here are very rustic. And so you kind of need to add that element into your designs when you're looking at venues here. Because most of them have large outdoor spaces and there's lots of trees and the mountains are close and things. More elements to it. Like if you want that rustic feel with the wood grains and things, add some modern glass to it. Add some, you have cylinder vases and not like heavy vessels for your table centerpieces and things.
Yeah. Okay, so rustic. Next one is traditional. And traditional, kind of the definition is having characteristics of older styles. So that you can have luxury traditional, is kind of what we were talking about. Jewel tones, metallics, large centerpieces, high-end flowers.
Like you would think of The Great Gatsby came out. The weddings after that were all Gatsby themed. And that's... Gatsby, he was into opulence. He was into,
over the top.
And so that's where this traditional feel comes into. Transitional. This is between two styles. It's like you're kind of bleeding into, like if you're doing a traditional theme, but you want something a little bit more modern, you can accomplish that. You want opulence in your floral designs or opulence in your decor, but you need it kind of in a modern feel.
Right. Which you can definitely do.
Right.
Can you do vintage modern? That might be a fun one.
Aren't we doing that later on?
We might be. And then there's the fusion. And that's mixing a few elements together. And that's like different backgrounds or heritages, nationalities, religions with something else.
Right.
So let's say you're two different nationalities and you have two different traditions. You can mix those into your wedding and there you go. You have a fusion wedding there.
Right.
It's kind of like if you think of fusion food.
Right.
When they're mixing different foods.
Like Asian and Mexican food. Like tacos and with Korean beef.
There you go. Perfect fusion
it's making
idea
me
there.
Hungry.
I know. So hopefully this has cleared it up a little bit for you. There's the difference between the themes and the styles, and you can have a style or you can have a theme in a specific style.
Right.
So you can have both of them, or you can have one of them, or you can, just do nothing. It's, mix it all up. It's all up to you, of course.
And I read, an article the other day that right now minimalism is coming into weddings, which that is very sparse decor. You're mainly focusing on yourselves and your guest. Nothing's kind of taken away from that. And so if that's the way you want to go, if you want to do a minimalist wedding, hey, that's...
You can take any of these styles and be minimalist about it. I think modern really goes good with that. But you could definitely have a rustic, which is very with a minimalist way about it, and then still be beautiful.
Yeah. Just, the best thing to do is talk to your planner and like your floral and decor person. I mean, all of your vendors will have to get in on the theme somehow because, it bleeds over into your food. It bleeds, your photography style. So. All of your vendors would have to kind of coincide with this theme. The best thing to do is talk about your planner. They know everything.
They do. They should.
They've worked weddings before. They have probably worked more styles and themes that you can think of. So they will have great ideas for you. You say, I want to do this. They will have awesome ideas. So.
And of course, there's Pinterest.
Yes.
Which is twofold, but... So once you've chosen your style and your theme, if you're going to do it, then you can move into your colors. Because most likely, if you're having some sort of theme, you're going to have colors pull through from that theme. Especially if it's already set, like, superheroes.
Red, white, and blue, and yellow.
That kind of thing, yes. So, that's the time then you start moving into your colors. And then you will typically have a style first, and then you'll choose your theme. So if you really want vintage, you're going to have to find a theme that goes around vintage, like, Holly Hobbie or something like that.
Downton Abbey.
Oh, yeah. That would be so fun.
Jane Austen. Pride and Prejudice. I could go on and on and on.
Yes. But certainly, you can have either a theme or a style or both.
Right.
It's just up to what you envision for your wedding.
If you want to talk themes... I'm here to talk themes and styles. I can go on and on. I can give you all kinds of ideas.
Message us if you'd like. We're on Facebook. You can message us from our Facebook page if you want. If not, email us, info@fromringtoveil.com. If you have any questions about themes or styles, please let us know. We can definitely discuss those with you.
Yep.
Or if you want us to answer something on the show, please let us know. We'll do that too. Do you like our show? Do you want to help us grow?
If so, then show us some love by subscribing to From Ring to Veil on iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud. And always, please leave us a review.
It's the only way couples will find us.
So, until next time, no stress, no worries, keep calm, and listen on. Thank you for listening to our podcast. You can find us on Facebook, From Ring to Veil, on Twitter, @From Ring to Veil, and on our website, FromRingToVeil.com.